Hello, my name's Chris Sandler of My Main News. I'm sitting here again at Crawley Lumpini Gym with another champion at this gym, Mr. Luke Hill. Luke, thank you very much for joining me.
That's all right, mate. No problem.
So again, I just been speaking to George. He was a champion here as well. This place is just full of champions. I think you've got about 9 champions here, haven't you? Something like that.
Nine champions and loads of people coming up as well. Loads of people coming up.
That's it. So let's go to your story then. So let's go all the way back. So before you were doing any martial arts, we were sitting at school doing homework or whatever. What initially got you into wanting to do combat sports?
Just by being bored, really. Like my mum wanted me to do something like either football or like join the army cadets or something. But my cousin was training here. He'd been training and fighting. I think he won a few belts as well. And obviously, I spoke to him. I started coming down. And come down and done like a Saturday session, and like Paolo, Ruth, John, everybody was here, like all the fighters, main fighters. And then once I saw that, I wanted to start training and fighting, and slowly I started training more and taking it more serious, and here I am now.
So how young were you, sorry, when you first got into this? And did you get straight into Muay Thai?
Yeah, straight into Muay Thai. Like I just liked Muay Thai. Like I didn't really. I could have gone boxing or anything like that. Like there was gyms around my way, but really I'm very happy that I've come here, and obviously my cousin doing it gave me an extra push. But Muay Thai is what I like really. Yeah. But yeah, I started probably when I was about 13. Yeah, 13. So yeah, 13, 14. So 10 years.
Nice, mate. And what age were you when you first stepped into competition?
Probably it was. Probably like a couple years in. So once I've been training, I was training a little bit, and then was on and off like just with school, and then over time, then I started getting in a good routine, and then from there you do like an inter-club. I've done the inter-club, like loved it, and then from there like you have your first fight on one of John's home shows, and then from there it's just boom, straight to it.
So did you come straight in? Did you your first fight? Did you go from was it C class? Sorry, fighting, or was it? Or would you go B then A?
It was an interclub. So like an interclub is like sparring really, but with somebody from another gym, and I'd done that at like a shin kick Woking. It's just down the road really. Done that first, and then I had my first fight, which was N class. So it's like C class rules, but with shin pads. Okay. So you haven't got to worry about bare shins straight away. But then done that, I think I had. Two N class, and then went into C class, and then from there went C class. Had a good amount of them, and then had one B class, and then stepped up to A class, and haven't looked back since.
That's it, mate. It's actually as you said, it's not the easiest. Once you hit A class, there's no really coming back, is there, from that?
No. Like it's kind of like people say it like you sink or you swim, but really once you do A class, like. Really, you take it seriously before you get there anyway. Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing A class. So, once you get to that point, you kind of want to do it, and it is very serious. You've got to take the sport serious, but you should be taking it serious before that to get to that point anyway. So once you get there, there's no real messing around, and you do take it serious. But it's more than worth it. Like it is brilliant. It's good.
And how did you feel as a Muay Thai fighter transitioning from C to B to A? Because obviously all of a sudden you can now knee, now you can elbow. When you're in the A class, probably see more spinning kicks and all sorts of things.
Yeah. So sometimes like with the C class, you have, as we're a technical gym anyway, so when we have C class, you don't really know what to expect. They're not very Thai style, so they come in. So I personally think some of your hardest fights are like when you first start, because it's hard to deal with. But then it's a natural progression. Once you go C class, you kind of step up. B class, not too much difference. I got knee to the head in my first B class, but normally that don't happen if you keep your head up. But then you go into A class, and that's a little bit alien at first. But then it's just like when you first get elbow, it's kind of a wake-up call. I can elbow him. But then again, it's a natural progression. You get used to it.
Yeah, because did you feel as well like you're throwing strikes when you're in the C class, because you have pads, obviously, and the ends, where you had the pads on the shins. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, you're throwing the same shot, but it's crippling people.
Yeah. So obviously, you start off with shin pads. You're booting them as much as you like. You don't care if they block. It doesn't matter. And then you start doing it with bare shin. You have to think about the placement a little bit more. So when you're kicking, you you've got to place it and think about what you're doing. You can't just go in there football kicking people.
Because obviously when you check a leg kick with pads on, it's a bit different.
It's a little bit easier, yeah. So you got to move a little bit better. And
you're not worried about the check too much either, are you?
No. You just let it go. So as you get a bit smarter with it. And the same thing with A class. Like, you can't go in there swinging like you would in like C class, because somebody will just step in down the middle, and vice versa. Like, it goes both ways. So somebody won't swing as much with you. If you're smart enough, you'll step in and elbow, really.
That's it, man. What's your sort of go-to technique then in there? Like, because I know a great point scorer is the kick to the body.
Yeah, I would say there's no secret. Like, our gym, we're all good kickers. So I don't have like a real preference. Like, you go with what works. Like, all of us do go with what works. But really, we're good kickers on both stances. Like, we drop back, switch, whatever's working at the time. We get that going and we build on it using our hands and whatnot. But I think we're quite well-rounded. Like, I personally think I'm quite well-rounded. I don't have like a favourite technique or anything like that.
No, it's just get in there and just do it and just
get in there and see what happens. Because sometimes, like, you watch somebody and it's from 2 years ago. That could have been a bad day. That could have been a good day. So you never know when you step in there. They might have changed by then. So you can't really plan until. That's why I feel out like the first minute, and then from there you can build on it.
Yeah. How important do you feel as well yourself? You know, you've come in straight into Crawley Lumpini, obviously. You come straight here, yeah?
Yeah.
So you come straight here, and how important and privileged do you feel that you managed to get on board with such a good team of people? You know, people like George, his father opened his place up as well. You know, how important is it that you just? How lucky do you feel that you've been able to walk straight in here?
Yeah, that's the word. Lucky. Like, it's just down the road. Like, I'm not from Crawley. I'm from like Reigate. But again, that's only like 20 minutes down the road. Yeah. So again, like, I feel lucky to come down here. The first gym I come to was one of the best in the country, and we've improved since then. We've got so much better. Like, it's been consistent. Like, since it's been open, like, you look back at the history of it. But like you say, like, I feel very lucky to be here and privileged, and it's only grown and got better. And we're one of the best gyms, if not the best. Well, proof's in the pudding. Like, last year we got Gym of the Year, so we are #1 gym.
That's it, and that's in the whole of the UK, you know. Look at some of the big MMA gyms as well. I'm changing the sport here. Yeah. You've got Team Renegade in Birmingham, you know, people like Leon Edwards who's in the UFC. Yeah. There's a lot of guys who are champions in Cage Warriors, you know, contenders at Bellator, stuff like that, you know, and still they picked this gym out of all the gyms, Little Crawley.
Yeah, Little Old Crawley, like, that's it. It speaks a lot. Like, there's lots of London gyms and stuff. Unfortunately, we haven't got any like big names as of yet, like with the MMA, but we've got a few guys coming through. So that will speak a few words, like, when we start building the MMA like fighters up. But yeah, like you say, like, there's loads of big gyms in the country that when you're younger you look at and you're like, oh Jesus, that's a good gym, blah blah blah. And now we're top of the tree basically.
No, that's it. And I said that's why I love coming down here as well, to talk to you. Like I said, I just like to let everyone know every time I come down, everyone's friendly. They're offering me tea, coffee, drinks, you know. Very, very welcoming place. And does that reflect on how everyone is with each other in here as well?
Yeah, 100%. Like, it trickles from the top. Like, obviously, like John and Paolo, like, they couldn't do enough for you. So it does trickle down, and it reflects on the people. Like, anybody who comes in here is welcomed the same. And it kind of rubs off on them, because we take it for granted when people come in here. Like, they could be used to like a bit of a rough spit and sawdust gym. Like, we train like that, but we don't treat people like that. Like, when you come down here, you're welcome. Like, everybody's welcome. Like, complete beginner to whatever, but everybody's lovely here, and it pays off because people stay, people enjoy it as well.
That's it, and you've got a great setup as well. You know, I'm actually amazed we managed to find a quiet room today, to be honest with you, because it's always very busy in this gym. So, do you think it's important that the gym's evolving as well into like looking at MMA and things like that as well?
Yeah, again, 100%. Like we've always had since we've been here, it's probably about 8 years now. But it was just one room, but we had jiu-jitsu, we had wrestling and boxing and Thai boxing, and we do have that, but now it's building, as in like Keith McKenzie's like checkmat jiu-jitsu, that's grown loads. So like the level that the Thai boxing is competing at, the boxing, the jiu-jitsu, it's only gonna like just create like a bit more of a thing, like a bit more of a shock to the MMA world, because if somebody comes in here and they want to do both, it's all under one roof. They haven't got to travel. They come down here, they do the jiu-jitsu at a very high level. They do the Thai boxing, the striking at, a very high level. So it's a recipe for success.
That's it, mate. And you've been tempted at all to change, or have you, let's say, it's not about changing discipline. Let's say, have you had a go at it at all? You done any jiu-jitsu or anything like that here?
Yeah, not enough to warrant me saying that I've done it. But like when we first come here, like a while ago, like quite a long time ago, I did do a handful of sessions, but I kept on not having to, but fights kept on popping up with the Thai boxing, and with that I would have to just put all my focus into the Thai boxing and put this on the back burner. So then I just focus on Thai boxing, really. But you never say never, do you? But the other thing is, I do like Thai boxing. When I was younger, I did want to do both, but again, Thai boxing just took over, if I'm honest.
Well, yeah, you're dominating the sport at the moment. Okay, so you got a title. So I'm sure it'll be the first of many titles as well. You've been working towards. When I was speaking to George, he's travelled around, fighting in the States and Spain as well.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd like to do, or have already done?
I haven't fought over in the States. Like that's one. Like they fought. Reese and George fought over in LA, and again, like Paolo's fought over in Vegas. I think Ruth has as well. Like, that's somewhere. Like that's where everybody wants to fight. Like in Vegas, like that would be a one. But then from there, like I fought like all over the place. But like Thailand was a really good one. Like, that was like wicked to fight over there. Like again, it's one of them sports that you get to travel. It's just getting the opportunity and like being at the right place, right time. And like Ruth last year or the year before, she went over and fought in Hong Kong. Like there's plenty of opportunities to fight abroad, so you do get around. It is brilliant.
It's nice, and such a young age as well. You're getting to experience all this stuff at such an early age. Do you find you had to you've matured a lot quickly than a lot of other people you might know outside of this gym?
Yeah, like 100%. Like you would have spoken to George earlier, and he's
it's like talking to a fully grown man who's got a mortgage and everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he's just turned 19. He's just turned 19, but when you talk to him, he's like he talks like a 30-year-old. He's not that old, but like all of us, I think, through being here and talking to adults and having like life experiences, like going to the States and stuff, and when you go to these places, you're not going to a holiday destination, you're going somewhere like to a hotel, and you kind of see a bit more of the culture or the backside of it, not in a bad way, but like you see the behind this, like the real life behind it. So I think getting about and life experiences, like it definitely pays off and it makes you grow a little bit.
No, definitely, 100%. You've got to go out there and get outside your comfort zone, fight people who've been trained differently in different cultures, you know what I mean, sort of thing. It might all be the same thing, but they might learn differently. Like, you see the videos in Thailand, they're kicking metal poles and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, there's all sorts of things like that. So, like, when you do fight abroad, like, you never know, again, like, that's why it's good that we're quite well-rounded, because you can go and face, like, different people. Like, over in America, they're going to have strengths. Thailand has strengths. Over in France, like, it's all different. So going over and fighting different people from different places in different environments, you just take what you can out of it and grow from there, and that's what you do.
That's it, mate. And what I want to know is a good question to ask you. I'm not going to tell you what George said, okay? I want to know, right, do you find it more pressurising fighting in a different country, or do you find it more pressure in the UK because you've got all your friends and family present?
Probably back home.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
You said the same thing, by the way.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Probably back home, because you've got... They're there for you.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're fighting abroad, they're obviously there for the other guy. So when you're fighting, you just think, all right, I'm going in there to win and, like, cause an upset, but it's not like you're going in there, it doesn't matter if I lose. It's nothing to do with that. You've
travelled a long way.
Yeah, you're there meant to lose, but, like, you still go there for the win. It makes you a bit more hungry. But then when you're here, it's different, because you look at it in a different way. So, like, when you're fighting somebody like who you've brought in and people are there to watch you, you've got to put on a real show. You've got to perform, because all these people, they bought the tickets for you, so they're going to be coming to you saying, like, why don't you perform? So
because at the end of the day, they're doing what you're doing. They're coming over to this country, let's say, and fight you. And they're trying to beat you in front of your mates, and you're trying to beat them in front of their mates.
Yeah, exactly. So when they come over, they've got that mentality. That's what I think, because if you fight abroad or in somebody else's like backyard, so to speak, like, you have a different mentality than when you're home. Like when you go over somewhere, you're going there to beat them. Like you're there for. It's probably just you. Like John will go with you, and maybe like a couple of the other guys, but you're kind of there for a reason. You're there to like cause an upset. But then when you're back here, it's the other way around. It's like they're coming to it, so you know that mentality that they're going to come and they're going to try and take your head off.
Mum's watching.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Like just before you're sitting there and you're like, oh, my mum's here as well.
Mum's like, be careful, don't get hurt.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I was like, so you just got to put that in the back of your head, and just go for it.
I'd be worried my mum would jump in and try and stick up for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, my mum's all right. She used to not like it, to be honest, but now she does enjoy it. Like she enjoys that I enjoy it, so it's nice.
Well, she's seen you grow and mature. She's probably seen this in the newspapers, what kids are doing on the streets nowadays and things like that, getting in trouble, knife crime, all this rubbish, drugs, whatever. She's probably happy to see that you've got your mind focused on something, and I'm sure you can appreciate all these kids coming in now. It's important for them as well.
You could be getting up to a lot worse, do you know what I mean? Like it's in a controlled environment as well, so. But like you say, like when the kids are coming in as well, you see a little bit of them. And they get better as they come in and they start talking a little bit more, and obviously they've got to focus, and it's the same with us. Like you could be getting up to not like bad things, but it gives you a bit more drive in life and you get
sense of achievement.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a sense of achievement. Like you trained for like however long. Like really, you've trained a lot of the times. Like now, like with the big fights, like you've trained your whole time, like the whole 10 years or whatever you've been training. You've trained for that moment, and then once you do it, like you get a belt at the end of it, and it means the world. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, everything you've worked towards, you've achieved. Like I've said it a million times. A lot of people have different opinions on this, but I'm fed up of seeing on sports days everyone gets a medal, even though everyone gets the same trophy. Do you think it's important, to show that they've done it, individually?
Yeah, like 100%. Like with it, it doesn't do anybody any harm.
Imagine if they gave everyone a belt like you.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't mean anything. It's the same thing, like the more there is of something, the less value it has. It's like the same with money or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like the less value it has. So if everybody had belts, if we all got like world titles at the end of every fight, fighting somebody from just down the road, like what would be the point in doing it? There's got to be a line where you've got to think, and when you do lose, you've got to get up and think, no, I'm training. You climb the ranks again, and you build yourself back up, and then you've worked for it.
Yeah. And you've worked for it yourself. It's not as if you won the World Cup in football, but you had a crap game, but everyone else played well, so you still got the medal. It's an individual sport. Yeah. What is that? What you love about it? What you put in, you get back out of.
Yeah. Again, like.
It's not like the tug of war competition where everyone pulls and one man stays still.
Yes, yeah. That's a good way of putting it. But like, it is you. Like again, it is a team. Like when you're in here and you're pulling together and whatnot. But again, it is you. It's you cooking your food. It's you getting up and coming here and training. It's you putting in the extra work, because nobody can push you on the pads. Like you need to push yourself to a point. So when you do it, there is a sense of achievement. Like I did that. That belt, for instance, is mine. Like that win is mine. Like I beat, and it's the same thing. That's what you like about the sport, is because he's done exactly the same. Well, you hope he's done exactly the same to the maximum to fight you, and I've done the same, and the winner takes it.
That's it. Again, sense of achievement, and you're getting all these achievements. 24, you've already got a belt wrapped around you already.
Yep.
Happy days. What's next? What's the next fight coming up for you, if you got one announced?
I haven't got anything announced as of yet. Like again, like there's no, like there is a plan. Like you obviously want to collect titles and stuff, but you just got to keep taking it fight by fight. And there's all sorts of people out there in the UK, especially that all of us do want to fight. Like I'm number 5 in the UK, like rankings wise, so you want to build it back up and you want to be number 1. There's plenty of people above me, well there's a few people above me that I want to fight, but there's plenty of names out there that you can test yourself against. That's all I've wanted to do is test myself, and what comes with, like the glory comes with it.
No, that's it. And again, it's really important you have that mentality. You can even tell even from your losses you had, like I said, you haven't had many at all. But
I've had some losses before, like turning A class, like professional. I've had some losses, like I've had like bad losing shit. I lost my first 2 fights, but again, it's about sticking at it and thinking next time I'm not losing, I'm going to go for it. So I've had my fair share of losses, but before, and then now turning professional, like I've only had a handful. So it's a combination of all the years before.
Yeah, man. Exactly, and it's just, as I said, it's good to have the mentality afterwards. Some people might just give up and think, oh, I can't do this, I'm just going to get hurt all the time. So, no, it's good to know you've got that mentality, and it's good to know, and I said, I'm sure we're going to keep seeing you going forward in the future. So what I want to say is, first of all, thank you very much for taking the time to sit there and have a chat with us, mate. I really appreciate it. But what I want you to give a shout out is to, obviously, any people in the gym, I don't know if you're sponsored yet, anything like that, and where people can follow you on social networks, mate.
Yep, so Facebook, obviously Luke Hill. Instagram is Luke Hill 01. I don't have Twitter, don't have Snapchat, anything like that. But then, like, obviously a thank you to the gym, really, like John Jarvis, Paolo, Ruth, Alan, George, Reese, everybody who's here. I haven't missed anybody. Like, everybody I train with, really, like, from start to finish. But as a whole, Lumpini Crawley, or Crawley Martial Arts.
So yeah, watch this space. He's got the Lumpini t-shirt on, jump up, so we can say there. So yeah, so make sure you check him out as well. As said,
the number as well across there.
yeah, I've got a picture of the number on. That's right. We'll post that separately. That's it. So make sure you look up Crawley Lumpini. I said they're on Facebook and everything as well. Make sure you check out their site. They've got a lot of great fighters, a lot of champions coming out of here. You know, they've got some top guys that come down here to train the MMA as well. So keep a lookout. And again, mate, thank you very much for your time, and look forward to seeing you in the future.
Cheers. Thank you very much.